Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, you know what?
What?
We started out 16 years ago in a rented room with me in a suit and bringing in everything for communion and having a boom box and no PA system. Look how far we've come. I'm now in jeans. So that's an important change. That's an important change. Hey, this is Earth Month, so there's all kinds of stuff going on for Earth Month, and so let's see, what's the gogreentricities.org. So all kinds of stuff going on. That's great stuff. Oneness blessing. After you're probably sitting on it. If you don't know what this is, you are sitting on it. Right there. All right, and you always can tell a well-used Bible with duct tape and stuff on it. So, thank you, Janice. All right, let's see what we've got here today. Since the beginning of government by Parliament, English lawmakers have taken pride in that institution. Clerks adopted special insignia to designate official records. When printing came into vogue, it became customary to bind parliamentary documents in blue velvet. A lawyer who wished to consult the ultimate authority was likely to turn to his blue-bound volume. The impact of these official publications were so great that any authoritative tone, no matter what its color, came to be called a blue book.
Oh.
Now you know. Yeah, it just, you see that just slipped right off there? Yep. All right, I was all prepared.
So I guess you just get to do something different.
Okay. The beginning is the most important part of the work.
True.
Plato, 348 BC.
Smart
Yeah.
man.
Soon to be somewhere else, hopefully. I forgot where I was. Believe it or not, I actually have ones marked, and if I don't have it marked, I don't say it because I've usually previewed it and go, ooh, they don't want to say that long. March 29th, 1848. That was an incredibly important day. That's the day that Niagara Falls froze solid.
Wow.
Stopping the flow of the tremendous Niagara Falls. For a few hours, locals were able to walk along the riverbed along which the falls cascade.
Wow, that would have been amazing.
Very good.
What
We
power.
do have a couple of patron saints, George Carlin and John Lennon.
Yay, George and John.
And there's all kinds of stories about why we have done that, but we don't have time to talk about today. So, John, I believe in God, but not as one thing, not as the old man in the sky. I believe that what people call God is something in all of us. I believe that what Jesus and Muhammad and Buddha and all the rest was right. It's just the translation that's gone wrong. Smart man. And George, not quite as reverent, yeah. One can never know for sure what a deserted area looks like. I know a guy who's addicted to brake fluid. He says he can stop anytime. Oh, they get worse. How does Moses make his tea? He brews it. Okay. I stayed up all night to see where the sun went. Then it dawned on me. Yep. That's Phil. Okay. What do you call an intelligent, good-looking, sensitive man?
Phil.
Actually, a rumor. I did a wedding yesterday, and I did the rehearsal on Friday night and everything, and I usually have the couples, I have them practice a kiss. This guy would not kiss his future bride in front of everybody. No, would not do it. So, At least he did it yesterday. A teenage boy. You know, we got to cut this short, so I'm only. This is it. I know. That's what. This is it. This is it. A teenage boy. See, I do what I'm told. A teenage boy had just passed his driving test and inquired by his father as to when he could discuss the use of the car. His father said he'd make a deal with his son. You bring your grades from a C to a B average, study your Bible, and get your hair cut, then we'll talk about the car. The boy thought about it for a moment, decided he'd settle for the offer, and they agreed on it. After about 6 weeks, his father said, "Son, you brought your grades up. I've observed that you have been studying your Bible, but I'm disappointed you haven't cut your hair yet." The boy said, "You know, Dad, I've been thinking about that, and I've noticed in my studies of the Bible that Solomon had long hair. In fact, John the Baptist had long hair. Moses had long hair, and there's strong evidence that Jesus had long hair. You're going to love this. Did you also notice that they all walked everywhere they went?" Since we're, I'm a little bit, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Let's do, because I already picked it, I can't see it. Oh, Spirit in the Sky. Well, since Bear isn't here today, right at the moment, we can't give him his plaque, so we've been carrying it with us forever. So, a couple things. Hey,
Seems like
Sandra, were you gonna?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Sandra, were you gonna? Yeah, I'm gonna. Good morning.
Good morning.
What a beautiful, joyous day. When I first came to Vine Fellowship, my husband and I looked at each other and went, "This is it. This is residence here. This is where we need to be." And we couldn't find words for it. I mean, it was like, okay, it's like ABC Church, all beliefs church, okay? That's kind of studious thing. So I looked at him and Spirit said, "Out of my mouth, this is like recess with God." So this morning I want you to share with me a few moments of that energy of the recess with God before I introduce Janice. All right? Now some of you may know this little song, and if you do, I certainly encourage you to right away help me along. If you don't know and you learn by the second one, then I really expect you to help me. You won't. And these children, some of them will know it. There's a song that I learned that really set the pace for uplift. When you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you're happy and you know it, and your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Now, got it. Verse 2. When you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. When you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. When you're happy and you know it, and your face is going to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. Right. Last one. Give it all you got. When you're happy and you know it, say amen. Amen. When you're happy and you know it, say amen. Amen. When you're happy and you know it, and your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, say amen. Amen. Today, as we sit here and enjoy in this energy, and as Janice comes up to share, being the hole in the flute that all this wonderful stuff comes through from Spirit, I would like for us to give her a gift as she speaks. It was given to me by Tara.
Actually, originally by Becky Miller.
Okay, Becky Miller. Tara, would you step, if you would explain in a loud voice since we have no microphone?
I wasn't prepared for this.
I know, I just said she needs to do it, she gave it to me.
So, something came to my mom. Some of you know my mom. Her name is Becky Miller. She was here yesterday. That when we have a speaker or someone in front of us giving something to us, we need to give back. We need to give back with a color of energy to that person who's giving to us. Because it can take so much from them, and they don't always get back what they need. So today, if at some point today, I know, I'm going to do it too. Stop.
I'll stop.
You could think of a color as Janice is speaking, or even on your way out. and just give that rainbow of that color to Janice, it will help her a lot. And anytime you're in a place, even if it's just something conventional, just give back. Just that one color, or maybe more. And it will really help.
What do you think?
The stage is yours, madam.
We led you with the rainbow this morning.
I really appreciate that. I'm flooding
Janice?
myself here. I got one. Oh, that's the heavy industrial side. Let me do that. Hold on. Still leaking. Thank you. I got it. Okay. I want to share with you today. Oh my gosh, I feel all that color. Thank you. I would like to share with you today a process, a spiritual process. A spiritual process is something that you do for yourself that helps you grow spiritually. I'm just going to be kind of the facilitator of this process for you. And how this process came to me was through a vision. And a vision for me, hi sweetie, a vision for me, the first time I had one, I was sitting in a really conventional church, many years ago. And I had this blinding headache. Thank God I don't have those anymore. I had a blinding headache. I had to go home. I had to go home right then. It was so bad. And as I was laying in a cool, dark room, this visual kept running through my head, kept running through my head, kept running through my head, kept running through my head. Louder?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. So, the second I got up and wrote it down, the second I put the period at the end of the sentence, the last sentence, the headache went away. So I began to realize that they weren't just imaginings, because they were beautiful pictures. And I'd been having them my whole life, and I didn't think they were anything. I thought they were just mental musings, which is fine. But I realized that when I put that period at the end of the page, that it was very profound and very significant for me. And the more I paid attention to those, the more I got. And today's process is a result of a vision. So I go like on a vision quest, and I ask Spirit, I say, okay, what does this group need? And so about 8 weeks ago, I sit down, what does this group need? Got the vision, and as I'm doing the vision, I'm shown something and 3 options. I go, oh, cool, what does that mean? Just keep going. So I see more. Oh, here's another little part of the vision and 3 options. Ooh, I wonder what that means. Just keep going. Sometimes it's 3 or 4 weeks later that I get the interpretation of what that all means. Got that all done, was typing it all up. It didn't make any sense anymore, unraveled, because I had one last question that didn't come through, or one last little piece to wrap it all up. It didn't fit. So I thought, okay, so either someone that was going to be here didn't come, or the people that are coming shifted, and I got a new vision. So this vision is for you, or for you who are watching on the video. And it was specially gifted to you to help you on your path. Because here's the deal. Sometimes when we're spiritual, and I don't know about you, but I've struggled my whole life with spirituality and my faith. Spirituality and my faith. We forget, we have been programmed to believe that if we aren't perfect, we are rejected. I say hooey. Hooey to that. And we forget that there is a loving spirit of light that wants you and me to be happy, wants us to be joyful, wants us to live in that expression of tender loving kindness. Check this out. Check this out. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare and not for calamity, to give you future and a hope. To give you a future and a hope. Without hope, it's really kind of dreary. Huh? So what we have today is something that's going to help you with your future and your hope. And here's the wonderful thing. You don't have to know what that is. I don't have to know what that is. Because the plan resides in the heavenly realms. And we can't miss it. We can't screw it up. We can't not do what we came here to do. It may not look like what we were hoping for. But we can't miss it. We can't. Not possible. We can make it easier on ourselves, and I'm hoping today we'll make it easier for you. Now I'm going to have a handout here in a minute, not yet. But I have a handout, so you do not need to write down all the things that I'm going to say. I'm going to share with you the vision, and part of the vision, and then the 3 options. You're going to get a chance to pick an option. Okay? And the option is whatever you feel is best for you right now, because you could take this same thing, do it again in 2 days, and it might be different. But take the minute you're in this moment and what feels right to you now. All right? So I'm going to take you on a bit of a visionary journey. You should have, does everybody have cards in a, did we get those passed out yet? No. Okay. Everybody needs to have a card and a pen. Sandra's got something out. I'm sorry, I apologize, I thought those were red.
I have lots of pens.
Well, I hear that. Should be good.
And those with attention deficit, you can go swirly for a minute and I'll bring you right back.
Oh, I've got one here. Thanks. Start handing them out. That's probably better. That.
All right.
That was crazy. I got that face in the camera.
You do not have to write the questions down. All I want you to do is write down a one-word answer. So make it easy on yourself. Why do we have to make it hard for ourselves? I don't know, but we do. So do easy, okay? I'm just going to ask you to do that word. Now here's the deal. I'm going to lead you through what the visionary process looked like for me. Let your imagination carry you along with this, all right? Because your imagination speaks the same language as spirituality. Spirit speaks in the language of symbolism. And you don't have to know the answer. The answer will be interpreted for you. And your ring tree will guide you into understanding that. All right? So here, allow yourself to imagine that you're in a beautiful landscape. Whatever that might look like for you. And as you're walking through this beautiful landscape, you see the trees are beautiful. There's trees. Are there trees in your landscape? I hope so. Notice the sky is beautiful blue. Beautiful blue. It's a sunny day. You might even feel a beautiful breeze on your face. It's so good. Sorry. And now I'd like you to take yourself in this beautiful landscape and notice and find a rock outcropping. Whatever that might look like for you. And when you get to that rock outcropping, you'll notice there's a secret passageway. And as you discover this secret passageway, you'll notice that there is some sort of an object for illumination on your journey into the secret passageway. Do you see a torch, a high-intensity flashlight, or a lantern? Which is there for you? A torch, a high-intensity lantern, or a flashlight, or a lantern? Now allow that inner child to come out and go, ooh, I wonder what's in this cavern. I wonder what's in this passageway. I wonder what's here. And with that childlike wonder, you're going to allow yourself to step into the passageway. And when you enter, what do you notice? Do you notice crystals? Do you notice carvings? Or do you notice hieroglyphs? So step into the passageway, and what's on the walls? Is it crystals on the walls, carvings on the walls, or hieroglyphs? Whatever you feel may have spiritual significance for you, even if you don't understand what it might mean at this moment in time. Now allow yourself to journey a little further along the passageway, and you come to a point where the passageway branches into different passages. That you will take one of the passageways that is either has red crystals in the passageway, doorway, entrance area, blue crystals or green crystals. What feels right to you? Red crystals, blue crystals, or green crystals in your passageway. Now follow this passageway along, and it opens up into a huge cavern. And the cavern is filled with light. Is the light source from many torches, a hole in the ceiling or the roof of the cavern, or glowing rock? What illuminates your cavern? Many torches, a hole in the ceiling, or glowing rock? Now, as you're looking at this huge cavern, you're kind of midway there, and you want to get down to the bottom of the cavern. And there's a way or an ability to get to the bottom. What shows itself for you? This pathway getting to the bottom. Is it hewn rock steps? Like somebody's chopped the rock so that they have made a hewn out of the rock? Is it a ramp? Or is it protruding rocks, like a climbing wall, rock wall? Which do you get? Steps that have been cut in, a ramp, or protruding rocks? And you find yourself at the bottom of the cavern now. It feels different here at the bottom of the cavern, doesn't it? And you make an excellent, amazing discovery. You find something here that's amazing to your soul. Do you find huge crystals, a clear artesian pool, or ancient ruins? Huge crystals, a clear artesian pool, or ancient ruins? What do you discover here? Now get closer to your discovery. And when you get closer to your discovery, you're going to find another thing. You're going to discover either an armband or a bracelet, a signet ring, or a gold medallion. Do you find an armband or a bracelet? Do you find a signet ring or a gold medallion? When you find this, you have a sense that it was placed here just for you, because it was. So you put it on. And when you put this on, you discover it has mystical powers. So when you have this put on, you discover that you can, which of these? Move objects with your will, see see ethereal planes, or understand symbolism. Now, knowing this gift is yours, you find a deep gratitude in your heart, and with that gratitude, you would like to leave a gift of gratitude. So what do you leave as a gift? A watch, coins or money, or a book of matches? Do you leave a watch, coins or money, or a book of matches? And now allow yourself to find your way back through the cavern, up your passageway, back out into this room. And I'll share with you the interpretations that came from me about this for you. Now here's the fun thing, is that because this was created for you who are here, you who are watching, your soul will have a resonance with this. Can we ask them to turn it down just a bit over there? The object that will illuminate the passageway will represent to you what you're looking for right now. Okay? If you received, how many people saw a torch? Okay. You are looking for inspiration. How many people had a flashlight? You're looking for your heart's desire. How many people had a lantern? You're looking for guidance. What you find on the passageway walls may indicate to you what's holding you back. That's good to know, huh? How many people saw, well, I have rocks, but I think it's supposed to be crystals. How many people had crystals? Okay, your own expectations. Other people's expectations may be holding you back right now. Does that make sense? And you don't have to write this down. You get a handout. I just want you to experience this, okay? Gets to be easy. I'd like us to take a look at that. How many times did I say it gets to be easy? And we have to make it hard. Don't make it so hard for yourself. Be easy on you. Spirit wants you to have hope, and Spirit wants you to have this future without all of that. Let it be easy. Allow. Okay? Which colored crystal passageway you choose will indicate to you how to overcome what is holding you back.
You didn't finish all the.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, did I? What's holding you back? So we got expectations. You were expecting more, weren't you? Rightfully so. How many people had carvings? Okay, distractions. Stuff going on outside of you. Distractions. Hieroglyphs? Too little information. You need more information. Okay, more data. Thanks for keeping me on track here. All right, so whatever color of crystal passageway, we'll have to catch you guys up when we're done. Okay. Whatever color of crystals were in the entry of the passageway you chose will help you overcome that which is holding you back. So how many people got red crystals? Okay, your heart knows the way. Trust it. How many people got blue? Refocus your intent. Now let me tell you just a little bit about intent. Intent is this beautiful marrying of the will, our purpose, and divine inspiration. You have no control over the divine inspiration, that just comes. Again, it gets to be easy, let it go. But you have power over your will. I will do this, I choose to do that, I'm willing to do this. Become willing. Become willing to allow yourself to be guided. Okay? And then the intent, that part of you that is going to make the choice to move forward in whatever direction that you want to go. That's refocus your intent. How many people had green crystals? Let go of lost dreams. Let go of lost hopes. Let go of lost goals. Let go of things that no longer serve. Okay? And that will help you overcome. Because the distractions, the expectations, and the insufficient information are merely illusions that you can overcome when you get clear. Make sense? What you expect of me cannot affect me unless I allow it to. And I may be allowing your expectations to affect me because I really don't have a clear focus yet. See how it all works? All right. How your cavern is lit lets you know what will help you move forward. Okay? We don't have to do it ourselves. It gets to be easy. It gets to be fun. Fun, fun, fun. My granddaughter, she says, she's 3 years old. I said, we're going to go have fun, fun, fun. And she went, fun, fun, fun. Over and over and over. It gets to be fun. It gets to be fun. If it ain't fun, what are we doing? Refocus the intent. Okay, so what is helping you to move forward? If your cavern is lit with many torches, okay, find like minds. Hole in the ceiling? Tap into a higher truth. Tap into something greater than yourself. Again, you don't have to do it alone. Glowing rock? Open up to new spiritual adventures. Even if you don't know what those are. Open that willingness. There you go. How you get down to the bottom of the cavern is how to make your life's journey easier. If you had steps, trust yourself. How many people had steps and the red crystals at the same time? Your heart knows. Trust it. How many people had a ramp? Trust the process. Trust the process. 5 what? No. 5 minutes. All right. Fun. How many people had rocks? Trust divine guidance. What you find at the bottom of the cavern will reflect to you that you have a great strength that you can call upon right now. Okay? How many people had big crystals? Okay? You have the ability to grow and adapt. You're not stuck, you're not locked. You can do it. That'll help you. That's a great strength. You can help yourself and you can help others. How many people had a pool? Love it. This is the depth of your awareness and your perceptions. You have a deep, deep spiritual wealth of information here that you can tap into. How many people had ruins? Anybody have ruins? This is ancient wisdom that goes beyond just human understanding. You have a wisdom here. Wisdom of the ages. What you discover is what you're learning right now. How many people had the armband? How to strengthen your connections to spirit and to others. Doesn't mean you don't have a connection, but it's how you're going to do it even better. Okay? Signet ring. Okay? You are learning your worth and how to be happy. Gold medallion. How to utilize spiritual tools of divination and or healing. Now once you put this on, it had mystical powers, and this is a spiritual gift to help you help yourself and others. So how many felt they could move objects with your will? Okay? You are given the spiritual gift of deeper contact with spirit. That's a gift. You don't have to work at it. It's a gift. Take it. Suck it up. How many people were able to see ethereal realms? Okay, your gift is the ability to perceive spiritual realities. Seeing auras, seeing energy. That's right. And it's not just the seeing, but the perceiving, the sensing, and all of that. How many felt they could understand symbolism? Okay, your spiritual gift is the ability to help others understand their worth and value. Ring true? So what you leave as a gift of gratitude is your next step. Well, we'd like to know what next to do, right? Okay. How many people had a watch? Anybody have a watch that they left? Okay. Your next step is to hold sacred ground for yourself and others. Now here's what holding sacred ground is. That means that if this person right here is having a bad day, I don't fix them. I'm just going to hold sacred ground for them. Allow them to be where they're at with loving presence. That make sense? And it's hard to hold sacred ground for yourself. But sometimes we just have to sit with it. Can't fix this. I'll hold sacred ground until I move through it. Make sense? How many people left coins or money? Okay, this is saying invest in yourself. Invest time, energy to support your dreams. Okay, invest in yourself. How many people got a book of matches? I love this one. You're going to love this one. Your next step is to inspire others and ignite their curiosity. Ooh. Do you love that?
I knew you would. I knew you would.
All right, so how does that feel? When we're talking about this, often we'll get a ring true in the center of our core of our being. And we'll walk you guys through this process. Maybe afterwards somebody could walk you through that, or I don't know. You want to pass these out now?
Fun to talk about this, aren't we? Oh, I think it's I love it. Thank
We have extras too, I think, if somebody wants an extra.
Not the pencil? Okay. That just seems to be where it wants to go today.
So you might want to go back through that yourself again and clean that another time. If you want to, you can focus on a situation, like something's going on at work that's a problem, and then walk yourself through the same thing again and see what comes up. Okay? Communion. This is our opportunity to commune with one another, divine spirit, whatever that is for you. We have unleavened bread if you like the tradition of that. Rice cakes if you're wheat intolerant. Animal crackers if you'd like to honor a Native American pathway. Whatever works for you works for us. Those of us who are followers of the way, followers of Jesus, we remember. We remember that the price has been paid. We don't have to pay it again. We get to be as free as we'd like to be. So would you join us in prayer, please? Loving Spirit of light, as we partake of this, help us to recognize that our physical form is the vehicle for love. Let us be the to-go box that shares your love with others. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. continues around, would you join us in prayer again, please? Loving Spirit of light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in love. Help us to be love and express love in all that we do. Walk with us in all things. These things we pray in the name of Jesus.
Many blessings. Oh, really? Okay.
We all wait with great anticipation for Phil to call upon us. So now I've got it for another 6 months or so. Anyway, this has been a wonderful church home for me. I've transformed over the last 3 years while I'm here. Those who knew me before would not recognize me. Even people at the bank say I'm different. And it's been because of this church and Janice, who I'm forever grateful for, to teaching me how to reconcile my strong Christian belief with some of the other beliefs I have that are non-traditional. So I love this place. In order to keep the doors open, to give what we can. A blessing if you have nothing in terms of monetary things is fine.
Since Janice and I are dressed like Easter today, because next Sunday is Easter.
Speaking of Easter,
I could say we're dressed like Easter eggs.
Yeah, I could say that.
yeah, peeps, we're dressed like peeps. Next Sunday, Easter Sunday, at the Divine Fellowship, which is in Richland. Normally, I give non-Christians kind of a caution because we become really Christian at that particular service because it is Easter. This year, I'm giving Christians a bit of a caution. We're still going to be really Christian, but we're going to look at some interesting things. Alternatives. How can I say this tactfully? There are some things that Christians got it all screwed up. And we're going to look at, in my opinion, and that I think when Jesus came along and he created what he created, people that followed him are called followers of the way. And then religion came along. And I want us to take a look at the way. And maybe it's something that will fit for you. Maybe not. And it doesn't matter. We don't care what you believe. We care that you believe. So I'd like to take a look at some of that. So caution. And yeah, this is going to be really fun. So next Sunday. Then at 4 o'clock we're having a baptism back here at the hotel in the hot tub suite.
What's a baptism?